to you.
Thank you so much, Abosedi. Well, in business news, we'll start from the maritime space, where the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, is pushing for a reduction in war risk insurance premiums on ships headed to Nigerian ports. The appeal was made during a meeting with a delegation from Denmark's Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Lagos. TVC News senior business correspondent Ifunanya Eze reports.
Officials from Denmark's Ministry of Foreign Affairs met with NIMASA's leadership at the agency's headquarters in Lagos. The Executive Director of Finance, Chudi Ofodile, represented NIMASA's Director General in the discussions, which focused on maritime security and strategic collaborations, including partnerships with the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center on conflict resolution and capacity building.
What we're interested in is to hear your experience with the cooperation with the Kofi Annan Center so far. What have been the, highlights, and I don't know if there's been any downpoints, but also if you have any suggestions regarding women in the maritime sector. But overall, it's also really interesting to hear Nigeria's perspectives on the domain of, maritime security.
The intervention in that area by NIMASA, I'm sure you're aware of the Deep Blue project, which was commissioned in 2021, and the impact of that program. Now, one of the issues we also need to look at is how has the international community responded to that effort?
NIMASA stressed that despite Nigeria's enhanced security measures in the region, the international community has yet to respond accordingly, particularly in reviewing the high war risk insurance premiums imposed on vessels bound for the country.
We expect that, given the commitment we've made as an agency and as a country, that war risk insurance premium ought to have come down. And so with this this cooperation we seek with the Danish government, we expect that premium and freight cost and other issues will have to be addressed by the international community.
At the close of discussions, NIMASA reaffirmed its commitment to working with Denmark to advance shared maritime security goals. Ifunanya Eze, TVC News, Lagos.
And Development Council has inaugurated an 8-seater electric campus shuttle bus competition to drive innovation among Nigerian youths. This initiative was unveiled at the University of Lagos Design Studio. Introducing the competition to tertiary institutions nationwide, Director General of the Council, Mr. Joseph Osonipe, disclosed that the initiative was aimed to encourage local content development, foster entrepreneurship drive, research collaboration, and advance sustainability in Nigeria's automotive industry. The DG stated that this will position Nigerian universities as key players in the global automotive industry while fostering sustainability and technological advancements in the country's transportation sector.
We have 12 universities from all over Nigeria. That's two per each geopolitical zone. We want the university community to design a sister bus, design 8-seater bus that will be able to fully electric, number one, that will be able to build in Nigeria. So you are going to design it, and after design, you are going to state the material, the materials that are going to be used to build the vehicle. You are going to state where we are going to source for the material, because based on the material, you give all the prescription, the makes, and everything. Then we'll be able to use those materials locally, look for those, source for those materials locally, and build the vehicle.
The program spans 6 months. 3 months will be for design, and then 3 months will be for the production. So we are actually going to bring out a winner of the 12. We'll pick the best design, and it's the best design that we're going to upscale. One of the things that we don't do very well in manufacturing is project management, which is very key. You have to be able to lay out everything, see what is expected, control the process, source your material, and so on and so forth.
But to the stock market, where it ended the week in red as trade indices dipped again. Following losses, the index came down by 0.23% to mark the levels of losses in the market. MTN Nigeria was the biggest trade loser with more than 8%, followed by Ikeja Hotels, O&O, FCMB, and Fidelity Bank. The trade gainers were MRS, Honeywell Flour, Hensel, Livestock Feeds, and Academy Press. Outside our shores, investor sentiment was fragile today following a turbulent week besieged by confusion over U.S. trade policies and a global rise in borrowing costs. Wall Street faces headwinds from the darkening outlook for U.S. growth. U.S. stock futures regained some lost ground, with Nasdaq futures rising 0.24%, S&P 500 futures tackling on 0.11%. European futures stumbled, with Eurostock 50 futures sliding 0.94%, DAX futures sank 1.2%, FTSE futures lost 0.5%. Japan's Nikkei similarly fell to a 6-month low, while the MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside of Japan shed 0.75%. In China, stocks fell in line with their regional peers, with the CSI Blue Chip Index down 0.53%. The Shanghai Composite Index shed 0.46%. Hong Kong Hang Seng scaled to a 3-year top before reversing some of those gains to last trade of 0.7%, lower as investors' enthusiasm towards artificial intelligence continue to fuel the market. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to establish a strategic cryptocurrency reserves a day before meeting with executives from the cryptocurrency industry at the White House. Mr. Trump had announced the names of 5 digital assets he intends to include in this reserve, sparking market values of each. The 5 are Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. According to the White House crypto czar, Mr. David Sachs, the reserves will recapitalize the federal government's own Bitcoin. In a post on X, David Sachs says the U.S. will not sell any Bitcoin deposited into the reserves. This reserves is like a digital Fort Knox for the cryptocurrency, often called digital gold. Trump's executive order directed the Secretaries of Treasury and Commerce to develop budget-neutral strategies for acquiring additional Bitcoin that has no incremental cost on taxpayers. Well, from crypto to the oil market, where it gained today, but were set for their biggest weekly decline since October, as the uncertainty around U.S. tariff policy is creating concerns about growth. A U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude rose to sell for $67.22 per barrel, with an uptick of 1.30%. Brent experienced an upward review of 1.30% to sell for $70.36 per barrel. Bonnie Light sells for $78.62 with a downward margin of 2.84%. And for the OPEC basket, dealers are offering $72.50 with an upsurge of 0.17%.